What's up, everybody? Hope all y'all are doing undeniably fan-frickin-tastic out there. It's Monday, and you know what that means. It's vlog day once again. And now, folks, today's vlog is going to be a little bit of an extension of last week's vlog, but there's a few other things I need to talk about, alright? So, for starters, I am going to talk about Peacemaker, but don't worry, this shouldn't be too much of a spoiler of anything else. But, yeah, I don't think there's going to be much of a spoiler of anything, but one thing I will say about Peacemaker Season 2 is that, like, in a way, I appreciated the story. Like, there kind of was a hidden meaning within the series. I mean, I watched the first season a couple years ago. I think it was, like, early 2023, I believe. But, I watched this one, like, a few days after I finished up with Stranger Things. But, one thing I said walking into Peacemaker Season 2 was I wanted to see more usage of helmets. Which, unfortunately, I didn't. Like, that was one of Peacemaker's biggest things. Like, his helmets. I want to know how many helmets this man has. And I want to know what each helmet does specifically, and unfortunately I didn't get to see much of that at all this season. Alright, but maybe the budget was a little bit lower for this season, because I remember in season 1, what was it, they had a big butterfly moth thing hidden away somewhere, something like that. But the biggest antagonist into Peacemaker Season 2, it was literally just a guy. Rick Flag Sr., because it was connected back to the Suicide Squad. Alright. And yeah, because Chris, he did end up killing Rick Flag Jr. Alright, now, just from a close-up perspective of Peacemaker Season 2, you would think that Rick Flag Sr. is the actual antagonist of the series. No. Looking really deeper, I think the actual, I'm really thinking that the actual enemy of Peacemaker Season 2 was depression. Alright, yeah, there was a lot of mental health innuendos there that really didn't go exactly talked about. I get it. In the first one, Chris Smith was labeled a lot of the times as an idiot for the most part. Like an impulsive, irresponsible idiot. Alright. But in this one, it really explained the importance of communication. It really explained the toll that being depressed and being remorseful about something can have on somebody. Like that scene where Rick Flag Sr. was beating up Chris in the interrogation room. Like, dude, he didn't fight back. For some reason, he didn't fight back. I know he could have fought back. But, my bad, there may have been a little bit of spoiler in there. If a spoiler comes out, I apologize. Alright. But one thing I will say is that, okay, Chris was very depressed in this series. And it did get to a point where it almost became like surreal watching. I mean, look, I know he's just acting, but still, like, I just watched John Cena retire last month. Like, this was the same guy that I watched through his whole hustle, loyalty, respect arc. This is the same dude that I saw as Fred's dad in all those Fred movies. But now, all of a sudden, here in the first episode, he's there smoking a bong and doing coke, and oh man, I don't want to talk about it. I really don't want to talk about it. But something happened. Like I remember he was smoking coke. Not smoking. He was snorting coke on the couch, and then he leaned back, and then it immediately transitioned to a different scene entirely, and I was not mentally prepared for it. I was totally not mentally prepared for it, and but it happened, and yeah, I'll admit I did get slightly traumatized by it. I was asking myself, man, I know he's on drugs. Please just let this be some kind of hallucination, and it wasn't. It wasn't. I can't talk about what I saw in Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1. I can't talk about it. I really can't talk about it. But, yeah, another thing I will give Peacemaker Season 2 credit for is that, it had an awesome soundtrack. Intro-wise, man, I didn't really like the intro song. But everything else, freaking amazing. I think my favorite song on the track may have been a Shot at Redemption by the Heat Band. I don't know what they stand for, but it's H.E.A.T. But yeah, that scene where that guy was the eagle hunter was dancing around fire, like probably the best song in the series. All right, that song been stuck in my head all week. But yeah, just from a storyline perspective, from like a hidden meaning perspective, with Chris's battle of depression through season 2, not gonna lie, I'll give it a 9 out of 10 on that front. For the ending though, I hated the ending. I really hated that the story had to end on a cliffhanger like that, and now with the whole James Gunn and Warner Brothers and DC debacle, I don't know what to expect now. I don't know how that story's going to wrap up. I don't know what's going to be next for Peacemaker. I don't know. But that would be a really crappy end to a story that felt like it overcame a lot. And on that note, for an ending, unless I see some good news happening very, very soon, I gotta put it at a 2. Yeah, a 2 out of 10, because I really hated the way it ended. Well, like that broke my heart in places that you can't even imagine. Yeah, so if you're getting your hopes up for Peacemaker Season 2 having a good ending, just prepare to get mad, okay? Alright. But look, all in all, I guess I'll give Peacemaker Season 2 a good 7 out of 10. It could have been better with an ending. It could have been better showing more weaponry used. But yeah, Peacemaker Season 2 did have a lot of missed opportunities though, and that's one reason why I can't put it up at 10 right now. But anywho, moving on to SSP business though, yeah, this is the week where I return back to uploading for SSP again, like on my regular schedule of every day of the week, every other week, if I can manage it that way. So right now, the way it's looking, tomorrow I'm going to be uploading a new SelfStandard show video with the new intro and everything else. I'm not sure if you looked at the theme, right? I'm not sure if you looked at the current theme I got going on, but it's Sting! I can't even express how much I freaking loved Sting growing up. Like, Sting was the very first wrestler I ever recall seeing ever. Matter of fact, I have a poster hanging over there on the wall of my very first wrestling poster was of Sting, and I'm still looking at it right now behind the camera. So, if you ask me, yes, cosplaying as Sting, me having the ability or the time to cosplay as Sting, I'm always going to take it. I'm always going to take it. So tomorrow it will be a Sting-based intro. Now the intro tomorrow, it might be slightly long, but it's okay. It's only going to be used like one time. After the opening monologue, I'm going to like cut it in half going forward. So it'll be shorter. Up to the point where it's like, you know, having that blue effect onto it. But tomorrow I'm going to be uploading a video of me talking about some unfinished business. Like some things that I've started over the years, but still can't find a way to finish it yet. Wednesday is going to be a music video, actually. It's going to be a music video for a Christian song that I wrote. A Christian Christ-like song that I wrote. It's going to be called The Punchline. Alright? So stay tuned for that. Thursday, a new OSG with the new gameplay. I'm going to be playing Sly Cooper Thieves in Time for PS3. Yep. Friday is going to be an episode of I Draw. Haven't really decided what I'm going to be drawing yet. After I get back from play practice tonight, I'm going to draw that. I'm going to draw something when I get back from play practice tonight. Alright, because the football's on Sunday right now. And yes, my church is doing Arise My Love play practice again. And yes, I will be reprising my role as Barabbas again. I am going to be bringing back Helpful Man this weekend. So you will see a good old-fashioned Helpful Man video. And when I say old-fashioned, tune in and you'll see what I'm talking about. And I think, speaking of old-fashioned, Grandbaby Papa is going to be coming back next Sunday. So, yeah, stay tuned for that also. But, yeah, another thing I wanted to talk about is, you know what? No, I can't go live next Sunday. You know what? I might go live Saturday, actually. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking about going live next Saturday. After I get off work, I might be going live Saturday. So you know what? Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Friday, I do the I Draw episode. Saturday, I'm going live. I'm going to go live this Saturday, say 7 o'clock. I'll get with Queen Enterprises to see if she wants to be in the podcast too, and then we're going to go from there. And then I'll save the Helping Man video for Sunday instead. Okay? Alright. But, yeah, another thing too. I am wanting to organize another Q&A video soon. I've been trying to keep this at least once a year if I can possibly do it like that. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Alright? I want to get as many questions as I can in. Alright? I've already got some that I messaged personally, privately, through DMs and other social media. So we're gonna proceed, and if I get enough questions, I might get this thing done like sometime in either February or early March. One of those. Okay? But, yeah. Other than that, thank you all for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. And, yeah. Until next time, make sure all of you remember to be outrageously optimistic year-round. Booyah! I'm out. Here comes my hug of appreciation. Bye.